Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Today we're going over my October TBR featuring Becca's Spookopoly board. I'm really excited. I'm not going to be playing my other game. I think I just want to focus on the Spookopoly board this month, considering it could be the last time for Spookopoly board, but who knows. So I definitely want to dedicate the whole month focusing on that. So let's get right into it. I have everything I need. But we're going to change it to face down view, and then you'll see me back and forth as I go through the books. Okay, so I have my board already. I've got my playing piece, which is just this blue little paperclip, which I also think last year I played with a blue little paperclip. I have my 2 dice here. I've got my bookshelf or community shelf, whatever, cards here. I have my chance cards here. I will say I have 2 books on each card just to kind of give me some variety. And I will, of course, be doing 13 rules because 13 sounds like a great spooky number for October. So we're going to go with it. And of course, if I get any doubles, I will be adding on to that. Anyway, let's get right into it. We've got a lot of rules to go through. So let's do rule number 1. Okay, and we started off with doubles. So now we are going up to 14. And that is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have TBR Vet. Okay, so rule number 1, I got TBR Vet. For this one, I decided to go with One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I've had this one for a while. I've been wanting to read it, just haven't gotten to it. But my library hold is going to be up, I think, towards the weekend, the first weekend of October, so I really need to get to this one. So I am adding it to the TBR. Rule number 2 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have Leatherface, and I believe this one is to read a book that has some form of family in it, I believe. Rule number 2 landed me on Leatherface, which is a book that features family, and for this one I decided to go with theme music, specifically because it deals with this father who I think massacres his family, but he leaves the baby alive, and she's kind of trying to figure out what all happened there, and I don't know if she goes back to the house or whatever, but it's kind of surrounding this family. Rule number 3, we've got 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bone. So we have to find a book with a bone colored cover anywhere from white to light brown. This one's going to be a little hard, I think. Number 3, we got bone, which means a cover that has like a bone color cover on it. And this one can be from like white to like some kind of brown. And for this one, I decided to go with the grip of it. It's giving me bone cover color vibes, whatever. So we're going with it. This is, I believe, a haunted house story, and that's all I know about it. And I'm excited to get to it. Rule number 4 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Bram Stoker. So this is the creator of Dracula. Read a book with vampires or read a book by Bram Stoker. Definitely think we're going to go for vampires. Number 4, we landed on Bram Stoker. And this one you can either read a Bram Stoker book or a book about vampires. And for me, I'm going to read a book about vampires, and I decided to add on Immortal Dark. I'm really excited for this one. A lot of people have been hyping it up, kind of saying it's sort of similar to Fourth Wing, but with like vampires, and I'm excited for it, and I'm just wanting to get to it already. Rule number 5, we've got a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, spooky. So let's see. So spooky is anything that you would consider spooky. This can be a horror, a vampire book, or even something with an eerie cover. It's solely open to your own interpretation. I can work with that. Book number 5, I landed on spooky, and I'm taking it as like a horror thriller, but I'm going towards the horror side of it, and I decided to go with Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. This is, I believe, a novella, but it's got to deal with like this graveyard and like ghosts and stuff, and these people on like a night shift or whatever, graveyard shift. So I'm really interested in it. I do have If We Were Villains, but I haven't read it yet, so I guess depending on if I like this, then maybe I will push that one up on my TBR. Rule number 6. Sorry, we're moving along here. Oh no, we got doubles again. Okay, so now we are up to 15 rules and that is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My most recent purchase. I'm gonna have to look at that. I can't remember. Number 6, I got most recent purchase, and for this one, when I looked, it ended up being The Wraith King by Juliet Cross. And I have another book by this author, but I haven't read it yet. But I've heard really good things about this. It's like a fantasy, romance, gothic, dark romance, whatever. It sounds really good, and I've already heard some good things about it, so it's on the TBR. Roll number 7? Yes. Roll number 7 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pumpkin carving. So, pumpkin carving. Read a book with a face on the cover. This can include covers with people or whole people on, but just their faces and non-human faces. So, a face on the cover. Next, we got pumpkin carving. So, a book that has a face on the cover. For this one, I decided to go with Cider Mill Coven because it does have 2 faces on the cover. So, this is one I think I wanted to get to last year and I never did. So, hopefully, I can get to it this year. Roll number 8. We've got a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Future. So Future is a book you've been saving for the future or the right time, also known as a rainy day book. And honestly, it's the perfect time to be doing this because I save so many spooky books for Halloween spooky time, and then sometimes I never get to them. So I will definitely have plenty to choose from for this one. Number 8 landed us on Future, and for that one, it's like a rainy day read or a book you've been putting off for like the perfect day. For this one, I decided to go with Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross. This is the other book I have by this author of The Wraith King, and I've been holding on to this one for a while. I really want to read it around spooky time because it has to deal with like a werewolf shifter, so perfect time, and I think I should really get to it by now. Roll number 9 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we got Jason. So for Jason, we have Escape Camp Crystal Lake Alive. Read a book with 13 letters in the title. I'm obviously going to have to do some searching for this one. Next, we landed on Jason Voorhees. And for this one, you have to read a book that has 13 letters in the title. And for this one, I decided to go with Reckless Souls by Casey Keene, I think. And this is a reverse harem paranormal romance with some shifters, I think. It's an older one, I think, or maybe, I don't know, honestly, anymore, but it's on this list, and it was one of the only ones I found, so it's on here. Roll number 10. Can you see that? It's a 2, so we have a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Blood, so that's just a book with a red cover. Number 10, we ended up landing on Blood, which is a book with a red cover. For this one, I'm going with The Risk by St. Abbey, or Stabby. And it does have a lot of like black gray on it, but it does have red on it, so we're going with it. Roll number 11 is another double. We're up to 16 rolls now. But that is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got Cauldron. Cauldron is to gather your ingredients or a book containing more than one of your favorite tropes. Again, another easy one. So the next one was Cauldron, and that one is to read a book that has more than one of your favorite tropes. So a book with like 2 of your favorite tropes. Now for this one, I left blank. Roll number 12 is a 3. So 1, 2, 3. Grady Hendrix. So spooky and satirical, read a book with humor or read a book by Grady Hendrix. I do have a book by Grady Hendrix that I haven't read yet, and I don't know if I have any other books that have humor in it. I don't know. I'll have to see. Next, I landed on Grady Hendrix, and this one you could either read one of his books or a book that contains humor. For this one, I'm really hoping it has some humor, but it's If Found, Return to Hell by MX Lou, I think. I was reading some of people's reviews, and there was a couple that said it was like pretty witty, you know, so I'm gonna take that as like there's gonna be some humor in this. So I mean, even the title, you know, If Found, Return to Hell, like that kind of seems funny. So here's to hoping it has some humor. Okay, roll number 13, and we got 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chance card. Let's see. Okay, we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood and The Emperor's Edge by Lindsay Buroker, but since it's spooky time, right now I'm really feeling Bride, so that's what we're going with. Next, we ended up with a chance card, and that one, obviously I have two books on each chance card, so I don't know if you can... It had Bride and The Emperor's Edge, but honestly, I want to read Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I have the physical book. I didn't grab it, unfortunately for me, but whatever. That is on this TBR. I'm really excited. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Roll number 14 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another TBR vet. Roll number 14 got us another TBR vet, and for this one I decided to go with what I believe will be my book club book pick for October. Is going to be Stolen Crush. This is a dark romance with reverse harem, and the female main character, her dad is a serial killer, and I think he wants her to play a game, and he's like, I don't know, it's just like a whole thing. But I love Sam Stunich's writing. I love how she does reverse harems, and I love how she does her stories. And I know I have all the books in this series, so I don't have to wait. So this would be a good time to read it, and I'm really excited for this to be the book club pick of October. Speaking of, if you don't know, I have a book club. It's called Chapter by Chapter on Fable. It's free to join. It's essentially like Goodreads, but better. I will leave it linked down below, so if you want to join me, you can click on the link and join. And essentially, we talk about the book. The book is broken up into every chapter, and on each chapter, you can leave a comment regarding something about the book or whatever. And you can talk with other people about the book. It's a really great space. I enjoy it. And yeah, so that'll be linked down below if you want to join us for the month of October. Roll number 15 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Becca Rec. So for this, we just have to read a book that Becca has recommended or one of her favorites. So I will be checking out some of her videos to figure out what I will be putting in for this place. Number 15, I ended up landing on Becca Rec, and for this one, I decided to go with one. I believe she read this in one of her Shelve It or Scrap It's, but I know for Bookopoly recommendations she recently did, this was one of them for fantasy romance, and that is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I've had this book for a while. I love the cover. It's beautiful. It stands out. It pops, and I've heard really good things about it, and I just really want to get to it already. And hopefully our final roll number 16. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A black book cover. So I think we have bone, blood, and now black. And finally, our last roll number 16, was black, and this is a book with a black cover, and I decided to put Mary on here by Nat Cassidy because so many people love Nat Cassidy's books, and I really want to try it, but I want to start with like the first one. So I'm going to be reading Mary. I'm a little intimidated by it, but here's to hoping I enjoy it just like everyone else. So that was everything on my October Spookoplathon TBR. I hope I can get to all 16. Right now that I'm filming, I have only read 3 books in September, and I'm currently reading one, and I'd like to get to another one, but who knows if that'll happen. But I am just really wanting to read spooky books and get into that reading mood again, so hopefully I can get to all 16 books. But if not, it's okay. But I like having a big TBR because then I can pick and choose from them. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like it down below. Or would it be this way? No? This way? I don't know. Comment letting me know what you're reading in the month of October, and are you participating in Becca's Spookoplathon? And subscribe if you want to. I would greatly appreciate it. And until my next video, I will see you guys again soon. Bye!